Hey there YouTube. Right, this is just the follow-up to this unfinished cube project. Now, unfortunately, it's been 2 months gone since I built this and since I told the seller of the issues and sent them a link to the video, and they promised me with their honour that they were going to send me out a new one. I didn't request a new one. I said, look, if you just let me know where I can get these bi-coloured square, the same size as these square LEDs from, I'll be happy just to purchase them. They couldn't provide me with that information. They couldn't provide me with where they actually bought these from, so I could talk directly with the manufacturers about getting some more. But they did promise me that they were going to send me out another one. So I've waited and I've waited, and after several emails later, I still haven't got one. And now Vera, who was the person who I've been communicating with, is not responding anymore to my emails. Because of course on eBay you're confined to communicating via eBay, because if you don't, they get in a right stink about it, because I presume it's just because they think they're going to miss a few pennies or two if you decide to communicate with people outside of eBay and deal with your own transactions. But you are with eBay, of course, on a 30-day transaction protection, which means if you buy these, no matter how many of them you buy, let's say you buy 10, you've got to build them all within 30 days and report any problems if you expect eBay to do anything about it. Because I've just come off a conversation with a chap from eBay, and of course they're not legally bound to do anything about this. They're not even legally bound to talk to the chip partner, and they're not going to. Basically, they've said that I've got to just communicate with the seller, being chip partner, and it is left for me to do that within the eBay structure, because you're not allowed to go outside of the eBay structure, of course. Chip partner, like I say, are not responding anymore, and I've checked my local post office and they have nothing there. They can't find anything in the back room, like anything that might have just been tried to be delivered and then just put into storage because it hadn't been delivered. So that's it. That's the end of this cube, because, well, I can't do anything with it. I have bought, don't get me wrong, I bought some other LEDs. They're round, but they're bi-colour. They're red and blues, but they're round. And so I could make a bodge and put that on, and just to get it working, just to see if the actual thing functions or not. I'm pretty sure it will do. I'm pretty sure that the only issue would have been with those particular LEDs. But still, it's not very nice, is it? It's not very good that if you buy from a seller and they promise, they use their words, which, I'm sorry, but it seems to be today that the word of somebody means nothing. People seem to just chat crap to get themselves through the day. They will say whatever makes them sound popular. They will say whatever makes them sound good to get them through the day. I come across this on a daily basis with people. Or people will agree with you even if they think you're wrong, because it's all about just trying to sound nice, trying to be false and over popular. And it's a ridiculous way for the world to go down. It's pretentious, and it can only lead to, well, think about it for yourselves. It can't really lead to a very good thing. Where was the day, of honour, where your word was your bond, where it actually meant something? You'd say something to somebody, you'd give them your word, and that would be it. I mean, that's I used to like working around people like that. I used to like doing things with people like that, because you just knew, hey, if that person's told me this, that's it. We got a bond there, and the word is the bond, and you don't break that. What's that come out of that film? I remember it was, you come into the world with two things: your word and your balls, and you shouldn't break them for anybody. Okay, but it just seems to be today that people just talk crap. So I'm really sorry. I'm really sort of frustrated about this, because I really trusted her. I trusted her. And I figured, okay, you know, I get this working, one little issue, I'll buy more of these. I'll get some practice in. Maybe I can build them up and box them up and send them out to people who can't build them themselves but would still like to have one of these. But I can't do that if you have an issue and you don't get it rectified. And like I said, if I could have found these myself, the square ones, I wouldn't want a replacement. Why would I want the whole thing replacing? I got what I need here. I just needed 8 more of these to finish it. But this is the problem with buying crap, I suppose, off eBay. You're okay if it works, but if it doesn't work and you don't, it doesn't fall within the time limits, you get nothing. And as it goes for manufacturers' warranties or anything like that, you know, in this country, in the UK, and I thought with international trade laws and, you know, maritime law and everything, we had to have international standards, because how can you trade with other countries? Let's say the other country has a 2-week warranty and we've got a 12-month warranty. They buy products from us, they got 12 months for it to go wrong and get it replaced or changed, fixed, replaced, or, you know, refunded or fixed. But if we buy from them, there's only a couple of weeks for it, or a month or so. No way. You shouldn't even trade with these countries then. It's got to be on an even pegging, because if it's not, then it's just no good. And this is where you find it, because all that Vera has to do from Chip Partner is ignore my emails, and that's it. Eventually, of course, it's just not worth my cost to keep trying to pursue it, and we go away. So what a great little scam that is. So I can't actually show you this working. I'm going to end up having to put the other LEDs on just to get it going, but it's not going to be anything I can say to somebody, hey, I can't even give it away as a present to somebody and say, hey, you know. But then it's just the first one anyway. But should I bother building any more for the amount of effort? You've seen the videos of building it. It's not a 2-minute job. You have to take your time, put some care into it. If they can't even be bothered to send out the parts that are going to, you know, work correctly, where's the point? And I'm sure that there are people out there who have had success with this, and that's great. And I'm sure I would have done if these LEDs would have soldered. But as you can see in the videos, they just did not solder, and they wouldn't take, and there was nothing I could do. I even tried wrapping bits of wire around at one stage to see if I could do it like that, but that just looked absolutely hideous. So big thumbs down from me for this particular one. But it may not be a thumbs down for the entire kit, but it's a thumbs down for Vera, because she obviously doesn't have any honour. Her word doesn't mean anything. And for Chip Partner as being the seller on eBay, and for eBay because they're just looking out for their seller. Because if they're not even bothered to say to them, hey, but you have been sending them messages saying that you're going to sort this out, and you've not done that, you should be bound by your word, even if you're not bound within our rules and regulations on how long we decide that we're going to protect our buyers. You should be bound by your words. But like I say, today it just seems that people just say whatever old crap to get them through the day.